At a construction site, two teenagers are creating some graffiti when they are confronted by Spider-Woman. They manage to get paint on the hero's face, but nearly fall off the building in the process. Gwen saves the two and lectures the teens, but they brush her off. Giving up, Spider-Woman lets them go and leaves to visit her father, who is currently staying in the Parker home. She is reluctant to enter, as she hasn't been here since Peter died. Uncle Ben sees her outside and brings her in, welcoming the young girl warmly. He gives her some coffee in Gwen's favorite mug, while she looks through a scrapbook. The book belongs to Aunt May, and collects hundreds of articles surrounding the circumstances of Peter's death. Gwen is distraught at seeing this, until Aunt May finds her. Distressed, the young girl tries to leave, but May stops her. They sit down, and Aunt May consoles the young woman. It's okay. They can get through this together. May explains that her scrapbook is a collection not concerning Peter's death, but Spider-Woman's role in all of this. May knew that from the moment the hero showed up, Peter was in love. Not with Spider-Woman, but with the idea of the hero. Peter loved the prospect of freedom and power that came along with being a superhero. Gwen's former companion was warm, sweet, and funny, but he was also bullied and beaten. He lived in his own head. May states that he just wasn't well and hadn't been for a long time. In her grief, Aunt May first blamed Spider-Woman for Peter's death, but now, she isn't so sure. May saw something different in Spider-Woman's recent actions. She could tell the hero was trying to set things right, to make up for something she's done. Gwen is surprised that Aunt May thinks all this, and asks if she's sure. May says that she isn't, but the only thing that she does know is that Peter is as much a part of them as they were a part of him. If they want the love they have for him to live on, then it's up to them to keep on living. Gwen goes to a concert where she is confronted by her friend, Glory. Although Gwen is still not sure about her place in this world, Glory gives her a set of drumsticks. As much as the Mary Janes need Gwen, it's pretty clear that Stacy needs them more. So Gwen joins her friends in their band once again. At the police bureau, Detective DeWolf is surprised at the return of Frank Castle. He is injured, but by no means is he down for the count. It's time for them to get back to work. Hello and welcome to Comic Island. My name is Arden, and this is my recap and review of Spider-Gwen number 4. So this was a cool issue. It's nothing earth-shattering. Actually, there's very little action and thrills in this comic at all. Sometimes a comic will sit back and focus entirely on character development and dialogue, which is very much the case here. And on the whole, I enjoyed it. It wasn't a boring or dry comic, and we got to see Gwen moving forward in a lot of important ways. I enjoy watching this girl struggle at rebuilding her life. I feel like I can relate to her quite a bit, and the comic does a great job at showing her struggles in a new and interesting way. I was worried we were going to get the overdone dynamics of Aunt May hating Spider-Woman just for the sake of dramatic irony, but the picture's actually way more complex than that. Aunt May seems to be saying here that she very much doesn't believe that Spider-Woman is responsible for Peter's death, and even suggests that Peter of this universe was very much different from the mainstream Spider-Man we all know and love. And the band's back together! Yay! Oh, and Frank Castle's returning too. That's exciting, and it should be a great deal of fun. I also have a lot of love for the artwork in this comic. It's all in the detail, and this comic has a lot of great little moments. For example, this mug is just adorable. It makes you feel so much for the Parker family. They're innocent and good people that had something really terrible happen to them. It adds so much to this issue that you can really feel how Gwen is struggling to even just be in the Parker home. The very presence of Ben and May is enough to remind the girl of everything they have lost, and I found this whole scene so moving because of this. I also enjoyed the moment where Gwen was sprayed in the face by paint, because her spider sense doesn't seem to recognize this as a threat. It was a funny, cute little moment that really opened up this comic nicely. The story does well in conveying lots of fun and information throughout the artwork, and it is quite impressive. So on the whole, I like this comic. Everything is done so well that I enjoyed it quite a bit. If you don't mind a comic with very little action but tons of interesting dialogue and a good story, then you should check out Spider-Gwen number 4 for yourself. The series has come a long way from its first issue, which I still view as a rough start. But I'm increasingly enjoying the story of Gwen Stacy and would recommend you give this series a chance. It just might impress you like it has me. Let me know what you think of Spider-Gwen number 4 in the comments section below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics.